Family-centered, Christian-based, grown in the heart of the Midwest. Talking to people from all walks of life.
The world needs more encouraging stuff, honest conversation. I always put my biblical spin on everything because that's my foundation. My name's Bubba. What is up?
Nothing bothered me. It caught me off guard. Nothing. That's cool. I like to tell people, like what my big saying is, I don't care what the sign out in front of your church is.
Yeah.
Because we got a pretty heavy Catholic Lutheran influence in our area. And I just say, let's start with Jesus. Let's start with the gospel. Let's start with, sin and how do we get right with God. If we're going to disagree in that area, we got to go to the Bible and figure it out. That's going to tell me what you believe and probably what church you go to and things like that. You're going to give me a bunch of add-ons and different things bro, it's the gospel.
Yeah. I am really not a traditionalist when it comes to denominations, and the fact that I think it's just because of maybe my biblical education. Like a lot of what I learned in even my short time in seminary later on, because I was working through an MDiv, but it was it was that I don't know everything. You learn so much that the things that I thought and held to be true were just another pastor's convictions. Where do I find that?
Yeah.
I mean, if we can agree on the personhood of Jesus and all the things that are in the Nicene or Apostles' Creed, we'll be fine.
Yes. Yes. You can branch out from there and
people even be mad that I got tattoos. That's not biblical. It's I could justify it biblically, but I don't need you to agree with me.
Right. Okay. Those aren't salvific issues. Those aren't core issues.
Yeah.
Bro, come on. I got you. What is up, everybody? Welcome back for part 2 with my guy, Christian indie artist Isaiah William. If you missed part 1, go back and listen to it. It was really good. Isaiah really opened up and was, I don't want to say vulnerable. That sounds kind of weak, but he was just open and honest about where his music comes from. And it comes from the heart, guys. And it comes from kind of a hard time in life. So if you need to hear something like that, if you need somebody to be down in the valley with you, go to Spotify, go to Apple Music, check him out on social media. Listen to his music, WWYD, all caught up. Listen to this stuff. It will resonate with you. There's no better feeling than having somebody kind of down in that foxhole with you. And that's really what his music is doing. It's speaking the truth in a dark time in life. So definitely it's too real for the contemporary Christian music industry, as some of his social media posts reading the rejection letters. I absolutely love that. I guess it's just too authentic, too real, man. And I love
that stuff to me is just an indicator of the industry as a whole. Because I got so many letters of no, this isn't worship enough. This isn't CCM enough.
It's real.
It's real. That's all.
Man, I think it's an indicator that you are on the right track. Maybe that industry needs to get realigned, I guess. But this week, we're going to get into Isaiah's segments, the segments he picked out. We're going to have some fun, get a little serious at the end, probably talk about something that needs to be talked about. So hopefully we're going to encourage you today, have some fun today. Speaking of encouragement, you guys know at the beginning of part 2, I always give a couple shout outs to something positive going on, whether it's the local art centers or something like that. But today, I want to give a shout out to my guest from episode 59, Pastor Brooks over there in Chicago. He is walking across America right now. I think as of now, he's on day 40-ish. He's going from New York City, Times Square, all the way out to LA, and he's raising those funds to finish building his center in Chicago, his Leadership and Economic Opportunity Center, to help get people out of poverty, get them the life skills they need. And he wants to do it debt-free. So he's walking across America, bringing revival back, biblical family values, whether it's the black community, the white community, the drug-addicted community. It doesn't matter. He's trying to get Jesus into all of that. So go to projecthood.org, donate, support, follow his journey on social media. Man, this guy is doing probably one of the most positive things in the entire country right now. He's not waiting for government to come in and help out. He's bringing the gospel in and telling people get on
That
board.
is such a cool thing that
It's
he's doing.
awesome.
I can't believe, like, just the walking across that alone is amazing. But the fact that he's doing it for the Lord and
Yeah.
for these communities, amazing.
12 miles a day, 12 miles a day, Monday through Friday, and he's going to do it. And by the time he's done, the whole country, hopefully all the media has picked up on it, because there's nobody trying to do more to help bring people to Jesus and help lift people up and give them a good footing, a good foundation in life and in society. It's
So
impressive.
good.
Let's get to today's episode, shall we? Here we go. Welcome back, Isaiah. You ready to do this?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I suppose I am.
All right.
I guess I'll figure out how ready I am.
You will, because your first segment you chose was trivia. So you
Yeah.
actually don't know what's coming.
I have no clue.
So I'll give you some options. I can choose random trivia. I can choose pop culture. I can choose entertainment. And we can do a couple from a few different ones if you want. Books and literature, history, geography. That sounds kind of boring. Science and math. That's definitely boring.
Yeah.
Music trivia, movie trivia, TV trivia. What any of those sound good to you?
We could probably do music or pop culture, but I will tell you, I am terrible at trivia. I'm not the guy to take the trivia night with you. So
Why'd you
we'll
pick
figure
it? Why'd you pick it?
Oh man, it'll be fun. You
Okay,
know?
it'll be good content.
I don't
That's
need
what
to
you
look
say.
like the smartest guy in the room. There's no need
Okay.
for that.
Well, you probably are. If you were going for a master's of divinity and you know how to write and compose and sing, you're definitely the smartest guy on this podcast. All right, let's do this one. What
Okay.
is the only U.S. state that can be typed in using only one? Oh, that was dumb. This is like a keyboard question. That's stupid.
Oh.
Okay, I should have read it first. Be a lot of editing in this trivia section. Here
Yeah,
we go.
that's good.
In the human anatomy, what does the hallux refer to? It's the part of the human body.
I have no clue.
The big toe. The big
big
toe.
toe?
We learn something new every day. All right.
Well, I guess I could have figured that the big toe was not the scientific name for that part of the body.
Correct. Yeah, that's not it. All right. This
Yeah.
one I'm gonna get. Anybody with a tattoo's got to know this. How many
Okay.
cards are in a standard deck of playing cards?
How many cards? Oh, is it 52?
52. There
Yeah.
you go.
The only reason I know that is because I have been gotten one too many times with like, hey, you want to play 52 card pickup? Okay.
That's it. That's it, bro. You and me must have grown up around the same people, because
Yeah,
I was always
we played so much cards in my I went to a small Christian like middle school and high school. We played a lot of cards until they banned them because they thought we were gambling. Somehow playing cards equal
Wow.
gambling.
Yep.
Whereas like if you're in Indiana, like you're playing like Kemp's or the big one is something like euchre and
Okay.
just
Yeah. Boy, that's hard.
you could just be playing card games. That's it. You don't
Yeah.
have to gamble.
Go fish, and the pastor comes in and flips the table over. Stop this.
Yeah.
Blasphemy. All
Yeah.
right. What is the name for the plastic or metal tube found on the end of shoelaces? Whoever invented this is a billionaire, because it is essential. But there's a name for it. You know the name?
I don't know the name. Yeah.
Aglet.
Aglet.
Yep.
That's crazy. So oddly enough, I went to a pretty wealthy undergraduate school.
Okay.
And I was asking one of my friends how they came into money because he was clearly old money. My family wasn't rich by any means. I was heavily scholarship to go to college, but I was asking him how he came into money, and he said that his grandfather or great grandfather was the guy who invented the red pull tab on the plastic wrapper for Wrigley's gum.
What?
So
The little
everybody,
red thread thing?
the red thread thing, yeah. And so forever, like people, and he owned the patent for it. So people would be paying their family royalties to use that technology.
Wow.
Is that not crazy? I'm sure it's the same thing for these aglets. Like,
It is. And the pet rock. You
Yeah.
get an idea, you patent it,
Yeah.
you are done. You are
yeah. I need to have some better ideas. Like, but just thinking that you can patent something like that red thread, and just everybody wants to use it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Crazy.
That's wild. That is wild. Okay, this one's controversial. What was the first animal ever to be cloned? Something we should not be doing, in my opinion.
No, I don't think so. What was it? A sheep?
It was a sheep. Man, I
Yeah.
gotta get a little ding bell. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
insert that in here. Guys on
I
a
think
roll here.
yeah.
What U.S. state is home to Acadia National Park?
Acadia National Park. Is that Alaska?
Ding. No, that's not Alaska.
No.
Sorry, I would have
Where
thought
is it?
Alaska.
Where is it?
Maine.
Maine.
Maine. There we
That's
go.
one place I need to go to.
Oh yeah, Northeast, man. I want to get there someday.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, this one's in. This is a like a NBC Today Show trivia site, and this one's
Wow.
good. Okay. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, what's the best-selling book of all time?
The Bible,
The
hopefully.
Bible. They got it right. Yeah,
It
they
better be the
didn't.
Bible.
No revisionist history there. It is the Bible, and
It's the
always will be
Bible.
the Bible.
Yeah.
That's right.
I sure hope so.
Who wrote the Star Spangled Banner?
Oh, whoa. Um, at one point in my life, I knew this, but I no longer know this.
You'll,
It's a
kn- it's,
lady, though, isn't
you'll,
it?
I guess this
No,
could be either name.
no, maybe not.
Well,
Maybe I'm
wasn't it this guy was like he was in like a
in a.
prison at a fort and he was
Oh,
marching his
yeah.
battle, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Maybe
right.
that's a different song. I don't know. Francis Scott Key.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Let's see. Ooh.
Guess I'm not that good of an American for not knowing Francis
Oh,
Scott
you just
Key.
lost some American cool. Okay, you can redeem yourself here. What
Yeah.
musician was awarded the first gold record? And if you need a hint, I can give you a hint.
Yeah, give me a hint.
This would be a guy you think of around Christmas time. He's got some really good Christmas albums, Christmas music.
Is it Bing
Close. Nope,
No.
not Bing.
or Frank?
Nope, not
No?
Frank.
Okay. Christmas time. Is it recent or
No, this
no?
you're in the right era for sure.
Okay.
Bing Crosby.
I don't know. Who is it?
Perry Como.
I should have known that.
Perry Como.
My wife all the time is listening to Perry Como. Like we've on during Christmas time, we have a whole selection of vinyl that are like
Oh yeah.
specifically Christmas time, and she loves the Perry Como. But
Love it.
I'm a Bing and Frank guy during Christmas
Oh,
time.
I think we're
just
gonna
love
get into
Frank.
that. I think that's in later on in your segments, man. We're gonna get into that. You and me
Yeah.
probably agree on that for sure. Okay. How many Billboard #1 hits did Elvis have?
How many? Oh my! I don't know why I chose this. How many?
Just a guess. I mean,
yeah,
he was the biggest of the big at one
the
time.
biggest. I would guess like 25 or 30.
Good. 18. 18.
18.
You almost
Okay.
hit 20. There you
Wow.
go. All right, here we go. What year did MTV launch?
MTV.
Way before your time, I guess, because you said you're
Way
what,
before
26?
my time. Yeah, I'm 26.
26, okay.
I am guessing early to mid 90s,
Ooh,
and I would maybe 93. No,
81.
81.
The
Man,
year
I
I
was
was
off.
born, man. The
I
year
didn't
I was
realize it
born.
was that old.
And in the beginning, it was all music videos. There were no
Yeah,
films, nothing. It
yeah.
was music videos. Man, wasted a lot of time staring at a TV watching a music video.
That's cool though. I mean, my even my mom she'll talk about MTV and like how big of a cultural moment it was for like Michael Jackson's Thriller music video.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
you watched it on your TV. Like now nowadays it's like music videos are nearly a thing of the past cuz people don't consume them that
Nope.
much anymore.
No. Yeah, I remember Guns N' Roses November Rain was like it's a 6-minute song,
Yeah.
and that music video was like a theatrical production. Man, it was awesome. I mean, that was my band growing up, I guess, but
Guns N' Roses.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was
That's
it.
awesome.
All right, let's move to the next segment here. You chose this or that. This is always a fun one. This helps really get to know,
Yeah.
who is Isaiah William,
Yeah.
not just his story, but who he is. So this is basically, I'm going to give you two options and you just pick one. I mean, I
Okay.
guess you could pick both or neither if you really had to, but you're supposed to pick one. Oh,
Yeah,
let's
I'll try and play nice.
okay. Let's see. You're walking around the house there in Indiana. Are you barefoot, socks, or slippers?
Most of the time, actually, I'm shoes.
Still in your shoes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess I've already stretched the rules, but there's a sometimes I'll do like the house shoes things, but a lot of time I'll just wear my regular shoes, which some people find disgusting. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've just always done it. I
We never did that growing up in the South. That was not a thing. Take your shoes off when you get into somebody's house. You get to
yeah.
the West, and it's like because of winters and things, and then also just yeah, maybe I don't know cleanliness. Yeah, you take your shoes off, but
Yeah, I mean
not a thing everywhere.
in my house growing up, like I'll go over to some friends' houses now and they've got all these trays that you put your shoes on when you
Yeah.
walk into their
Yep.
home and like I don't know. I just think it's nasty. That and I've just got like sweaty feet, so like I think you want them to stay in the shoe.
I'm doing you a favor by keeping my shoes. I love it. I
Yeah,
love it. That's
yeah.
good stuff. Okay. Swimming pool or beach? If you're going to the water, you like the open water, or you'd rather go to a pool.
Um, I really like a swimming pool. Like, and I just like hanging out in the shallow end anymore. Like, we just hang out, talk with people, float around, do whatever.
Yeah.
But it's the beach. The thing about it is it's unpredictable. You never know if you're dealing with all the birds or one time we went on a vacation and the red tide had rolled in, so it's like this crazy algae, but they tell you can't get in the water cuz it's harmful for you. I don't know. The entire beach smelled terrible and it was just I don't know. I'll just take a swimming pool.
Take a swimming pool.
Yeah.
Man. I had one guy.
That and I can control how much sun I'm getting by
Okay.
at the pool. As a pasty white boy, it's necessary.
Oh, oh, Mr. Fair Skinned over here. He's got
Oh yeah.
that complexion. That's right. I like it. I like it. Okay. This one really tells people a lot about you. Would you rather receive a text or an actual phone call?
It. I would say most of the time a phone call.
Okay.
People get bothered by me because a lot of times I'll respond like some of my friends will joke with me that I respond to texts like their emails where it'll be like 20, 30 minutes later or whatever. It's like, I'm texting you because I wanted to get a hold of you quickly. It's like, just call me if you want to get a hold of
Yep.
me quickly.
Yep.
But I mean, text me if like if we've set an appointment, text me because then it just stays there and I can always look back on it. Or if you're sending me an address, text me the address so I can just click on it. But most of the time, if I've got this one guy who actually plays drums for me, he'll start all of his text messages with, "Hey, you available?" Like, sure, whatever. And then he'll go on and have this whole conversation, and it's like, why don't you just call me? This
Call.
feels like way too much work. And
That's the worst. That's more for the pet peeve section. I hate that super long text. Like let's just get on the phone real quick. Come on.
yeah,
Dang. Okay. You're going somewhere, you like to be the driver or the passenger?
most of the time I like to be the driver, but I think a lot of it is just like my wife is the typical passenger princess, so like she like never drives me.
Okay. Okay.
She's not a bad driver. Like she's actually a good driver. She would just much rather be the passenger
Sure.
princess with her
Okay. I
like
like
with all of her water bottles and all the accessories.
the Stanleys and the
Yeah, oh
Hydro
yeah.
Flask and
Yeah.
oh, I gotcha. All right. How about this one? If you guys are making dinner plans, would you rather cook at home or go out to eat?
Well, it depends on how much money we've got. So like
Oh, yes.
I am kind of the type of like if it's a fast food or like fast casual, which is kind of like your I don't know, kind of a little bit more mid-tier restaurant or like just kind of your typical sit-down places. More times than not, I'd rather stay home. Like but if we're going out to a nice place for a specific date night for like a birthday or an anniversary, like I love not cooking.
Yeah.
But most of the time I'm cooking, and honestly, like I feel like I do a pretty good job. And there's a lot of times, especially lately, because of prices in our area and probably across the map, you go to some place, you get like a $16 burger, and it's like I could have done better at my house. I'm actually mad now that I spent $16 on this burger when I could have gone home and lit up my Weber and made it for, I don't know, $3,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep. I hear you. I hear you. Let's stick with the food for a minute.
Yeah.
Waffles or pancakes?
I really like waffles as long as they have that like kind of crust exterior, where it's
Yeah.
like hard and then spongy in the middle.
Yeah.
If you give me a like kind of a soggy or a pancake feeling waffle, I would take the pancake, but if it's like a perfect waffle, always the waffle. You just have so much surface area. Like growing up, we always put peanut butter on
Oh yeah.
pancakes, on waffles, all that stuff. Some people think that's weird,
No.
but on a waffle, there is so much surface area to grab peanut butter. It's great.
There is. There is. I love it. Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee all day long.
Hot or iced?
Uh, most of the time hot.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Sweet
yeah.
or salty when it comes to food?
Salty.
All right.
Yeah,
Milk chocolate or dark chocolate?
dark.
That a boy.
Yeah,
Boy. Cracker Barrel or Waffle House?
Waffle House.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes.
there's like a there's a clean one by us, and it's just like it's a great cheap breakfast place.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know, you go there and they basically have like three things. It's like eggs, hash browns, sausage, and like you just get whatever mixture of all of that you want, and it's just solid every
Yep.
single time, and you're not paying that much. So,
No, I used to always get the pecan waffle.
oh
And,
yeah.
oh, good stuff. All right. This is the last one. This one is really going to determine who you are. When it comes to toilet paper and paper towels, it's
Yeah.
on a roll. Do you like the paper hanging over and to the front, or do you like it hanging out the back and like underneath?
On the front.
Over the front is the correct
Over the
answer.
front. I think it's funny because I mean I work at a church all week long, and some of the people we have like volunteers that'll come in and clean the church. They will hang the opposite direction, and I I would just go in and change it. And I don't think anybody notices it, but it actually bothers me.
We are
So
cut from the same cloth. It's
uh,
the wrong way. I've got the patent. I could insert it right here. I probably will in your video. I've showed it many times. We've had guests.
well, the other thing is there's like there's on every single toilet paper there is a softer side and a rougher side, and
Yeah,
like you don't want to. Well, maybe you do want to use the rough side, but like
yeah. If you're
don't have
John
that as
Wayne,
option one. You know?
no, no. And it just makes sense. Hang it over the front. So why would you want to reach behind it or reach underneath it? Grab it in the front. Listen to
Yeah,
me.
I mean,
Come on.
reaching behind it most of the time it's up against a wall, so like practically speaking, it just doesn't. It's not. It
Right.
doesn't work as well.
Come on, people. Get on board with us here. Do it the right way. All right. Let's do the getting to know you segment.
Yeah,
This is you also pick these as well. So
yeah.
we don't go super fast, but we kind of go from one to the next to the next. So pet peeves. You got any?
I think my largest pet peeves has to do with my hands, and it's either sticky hands or they smell like something.
Oh,
And
wow.
and that is that for me, like sticky hands is actually crippling to me. I just won't touch anything.
Oh,
I carry I would like clean them off as quick as possible. Like the other night, my wife and I were coming home from someplace, and I got something on my hand, and I was just like getting condensation off my cup on a napkin just to like try
clean
and
it.
get it off. But the other thing is like hands that smell like something, like whether that's like from garlic because I've just cooked. It drives me nuts if I'm sitting down like 30 or 40 minutes later and I just smell it.
Oh yeah.
So it drives me absolutely insane. Or like if your guitar strings get too rusty, they start or too kind of like old. They get that kind of metallic smell. So
Sure.
if I
Yeah.
smell that on my hands, like I've just got gotta go clean
Got
them
to get them
off.
cleaned up.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a very little thing, but it drives me insane.
Yep. Yep. I hear you. Good ones. Christmas music, yes or no?
If I had to choose, I would say no. But since I, but I would say Christmas music after Thanksgiving.
Yes, sir.
This is my more nuanced answer.
Mhm.
After Thanksgiving, and most of the time, what I want to listen to is like Christmas jazz.
Okay.
Like just not like a lot of, especially a lot of Christian Christmas music. I just think it's so cheesy.
Oh,
I a song that was really popular maybe like 10 or 12 years ago was like Christmas Shoes. Do you know that song?
oh yes.
Sir, I wanna buy these shoes for my mama, please. It's Christmas Eve and these shoes are just her size. It's like this is not even a real story, and you are just you're going crazy on this. But I think I love the celebratory nature of a lot of Christmas music, and I love the fun stuff like Mele Kalinki Maka, or even like I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Something about that just like brings out the inner child. But yeah, if I had to choose between yes or no, I would just say no, because it's not something. I have some friends that will like spin Christmas music all year long. They just like want to
Okay.
hear it, and it's not me.
All right.
Could
I'm
not
with
be
you.
me.
I'm with you. After Thanksgiving, like it's got to be seasonal. I love
Yeah,
the old stuff, the Bing Crosby, the Perry Como,
yeah,
the Frank Sinatra, but and I don't like I want a hippopotamus for I don't like those silly ones. I don't. So we're on
yeah,
opposite sides here. But if
yeah.
you say that the newer stuff is cheesy, I gotta you got this year. I mean it's
Okay,
fall. When it
yeah,
comes time, I want you to look up How Many Kings by Down Here.
yeah. That's a great song,
Okay,
actually.
I see. I
Yeah,
love that one. Hark the Herald, which is our classic hymn, right?
yeah.
By Wren Collective. So it
Okay,
puts
I haven't heard that one.
it's as
Yeah,
if you did it.
yeah.
That's what it sounds like. It's really good. And then All Glory Be to Christ by King's Kaleidoscope.
Cool.
Those are non-cheesy Christian
Yeah.
Christmas songs. You got
I
my stamp
really
on.
love when that is the one time of year that I will go out of my way to bring in the historic Christmas songs, specifically like hymns in my church.
Yes.
My church is not a hymn singing church. It's just
Okay.
kind of something the elders decided a while ago, but it was because the church at one point needed to be revitalized, and and that was just one of the things that they said we're going to prioritize another type of music. Nothing wrong either way. At
Okay.
least that's the camp I'm in. But especially during Christmas time when I'm singing with the church, I will go out of my way to bring out even some of the more niche Christmas hymns. Like one of my all-time favorites, especially for like week one of Advent, is O Come Emmanuel. Like singing that, just the longing in that song and everything. It is just so, so
Yep.
beautiful.
Yeah.
And it kind of encapsulates part of the story that we don't really sing a lot. It's like just this longing to come, longing to be born, Christ the King of Israel. It's just there's something in that song that I haven't found anything else that
Yeah.
captures it like
It's
that.
rich.
Because everything else is like Jesus is coming, yeah, it's great, but it's like I love that that song is just longing
Yeah.
the entire time.
I like it. I like it. It's good. So we do nothing but Christmas hymns in December.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. And I mean, we're kind of small. We got a piano, two guitars, usually two singers.
Mhm.
Any variation at any given time. But it's all Christmas music in December. It's all the hymns. So that just made me think, like, whenever I preach, I'm just a fill-in preacher. I'm nobody special, but when I preach, I send our secretary and our worship music leader. I send her the the scripture passages that I'm going to preach on.
Mhm.
She then picks what music we're going to do that day for worship music. And it's funny that she can take that scripture and then pick out songs and they fit together. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's amazing. Do you get to do any of that? Do you know what the pastor's going to preach on ever?
Yeah. So we have both our senior pastor and our family pastor. They kind of they share the pulpit. A family pastor is about once a month, and the other three times is
Okay.
our senior pastor. But when we start a new sermon series, I basically get a sermon planning sheet, and it'll say like, all right, here's perspective title of this sermon. Here's the passage that I know for sure we'll be in and focusing on. And here's probably what's going to be my bottom line. Here's probably what I think people want to take away from it. And
Okay.
I can kind of glean a little bit of insight from like the bottom line in the title, but just reading the text, like you pull out major themes from that and say, if they're faithful to if they're faithful to this passage, like I think I know
Yeah.
where I would go with it. The other thing is like I was I have been trained in preaching and all that stuff, so it's like I'm like a maybe 2 times a year sort of preacher. I really don't like it. They like me doing it more than I like to do it, which it's fine. I love all the nerdy kind of deep dive into the scripture stuff beforehand,
Okay.
but it doesn't rejuvenate me in the same way or inspire me in the same way actually worship leading does.
Okay. Yeah.
Not saying I don't value it. That's not what it's
Right.
just like they all the people that I know that preach like absolutely live for that. Like
Yes.
that's what they burn for. It's just not me.
It's
And
like you said, people are wired two different ways.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
I like it. I like it. But yeah, that encourages me that you're like that. So shout out to you. You know, when you got a worship leader like you or like ours, Jane Canfield, who can look at the scripture of the sermon and say, I can
yeah.
pull out the biblical truth and put it into worship music.
Well, and the
It
beauty of
sets the
that
table, man.
is if people are willing to do that, because we do 3 songs at the top of service, 2 at the end, and we're communion every week. So it's typically like 3 songs, message, communion, 2 kind of more response type songs.
Okay.
And it's like if I have all that information, I can plan a worship service that is telling the same story the entire time.
Yes.
And that's just another way to cement the biblical truth in people's heads so that when they leave and they go about their week, they're not thinking, huh, everything was great, but I don't know what I learned. I don't know what I got out of that.
Right. Right. It's resonating with them as they go. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. All right. We got a couple more here. First car, worst car. Could be the same car, could be two different cars. Don't know.
Yeah. It is the same car.
It usually is.
Yeah, so I was in my first year of college and I didn't come to school with a car, just didn't have the money for it. But my old high school librarian gave me this gave it. That's how much this
Wow.
car was worth to her.
Oh,
Was it gave me this it was a I think it was a 2003 Oldsmobile Silhouette minivan. And it was when we got it, I was in Tennessee. My parents got it in Indianapolis, and my dad was like FaceTiming me, showing videos of it, and there were maggots in the carpet because her kids had just like
food and stuff.
food and stuff, man. He was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. He said, Isaiah, but I'm not leaving it parked like this because they're just gonna breed in there and like do all this stuff. And he was like, are you okay if I pressure wash it out? I was
The
like,
inside.
the inside, yeah. It was that bad. And he legitimately did took his pressure washer and
Wow.
got it out. But that car, I mean, I had to dump a ton of money into it to get it right, like shocks and struts and like all the kind of all the stuff that wears
Yeah.
out quickly.
Yeah.
But that car, at the end of its life, my friends and I joked about it being an EV because I had to hook it up to a battery tender so that it would start the next morning. And so I would literally like go to work and park next to an outlet
Oh my
and
gosh.
run my extension. And the worst part is I in college worked at this it was a country club, but it was like the country club.
Okay.
Like the people who have their name on the art museum because they donated so much, they are members, you know.
Okay.
The people who another one of the big families that was there was the people behind Brown Foreman, which is the company that owns like a lot of whiskey brands like Jack Daniels and all that
Okay.
stuff. And then, like, this club was so pretentious that one day Michael Bublé's manager called me up because I'm working at the tennis courts at the time. And he's like, hey, Michael's going to be in town. He's playing Bridgestone. Is there any chance we could get him in to play tennis? And I was like, we typically don't do that, but I will ask. I had to call his manager back and tell him no because he wasn't a member. Yeah, that's how pretentious this place is. And I'm driving this rust box of a Oldsmobile Silhouette and plugging it in at these places. And I got so many questions like, did somebody like abandon a vehicle here or something? Like, no, that's mine. I'm sorry.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah.
That's pretty bad. That's
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Couple more. You're a music guy, you're
Yeah.
talented, but if there's one instrument that you can't play and you could, what would it be?
It would be the pedal steel guitar. Like, just,
Steel guitar.
yeah. It's in like a lot of old country western music as well as Hawaiian stuff, but the guys that play that instrument well, and it's tuned differently than a guitar, and it sits flat, and
Okay.
it's got knee levers and then foot pedals that will bend the strings while you like run a slide bar across it, and it's just such a cool sound. I actually brought in my drummer's dad. He's like an old school pedal steel player. He played pedal steel on I Know I Don't Know, and it's just such a beautiful and expressive instrument just because of the way it's played. But it's like few and far between the people that play it
Yeah.
nowadays. And the other hard part about that instrument is for me, because I've always just thought, well, I'll buy one and learn it. But like starter models for a pedal steel guitar, they start at like $1,500.
Mm.
Where it's like a guitar, you can buy a cheap guitar and figure out if you like it or not. But this
Yeah.
is like you got to be dedicated,
You're committed. You're in it.
Um,
Mm.
so yeah,
Dang.
pedal steel. I would love to
Okay.
learn to play it. One of these days, I will. But yeah,
All right. We'll look for that day then. Last one of the getting to know you segment. If you could delete one thing from the world, what would it be?
if I could delete one thing from the world, what would it be? Oh man, that is a yeah. I mean, that's a tough question.
It
I
is.
think. I think what it would be for me, and this is something that I kind of burn for and am passionate about, is basically pride in people in ministry. I've seen so many people like just be promoted to these platforms just because they have a lot of charisma and they're a great person and they do all this stuff, and it's like eventually that doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
And the traps that you can fall into and all that stuff, I've had so many friends, especially in worship music, and especially in worship ministry, that have just been burned by these guys because they don't, it's just like, well, you're not fulfilling the vision of God that he's given me for this place. And it's like, okay, you know, it can be a trap that a lot of people fall into. And I would just say, if we were able to kind of get rid of that in the church, just the pride, I think the church would be so much of a better place
Sure.
because it's so easy to get up there. And I know it every single Sunday. I actually I know who is going to gas me up or sunshine me every single week. There are just those people,
Yeah.
but some people don't realize that that's not reality. That just because they say it every single week doesn't mean you're like the best thing since sliced bread. But you gotta know that, and you gotta balance that. But there's a lot of guys that I know that they can't even take a critique when it comes. They can't take criticism. It's a personal attack now. It's like,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
they just had this question about your sermon. It should be fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's
Oh, good.
kind of where I'm at.
That's good stuff. Good, true stuff right there. Okay, we made it. We made it to the end. The What Is Up segment. This is what everybody's been waiting for. I'm sure they're going to be amazed by this. And since this is your this is your arena, this is the industry you're passionate about and all that stuff. We're going to talk about what is up with the beef at the Dove Awards this year with Forrest Frank not showing up, not accepting his award in person, and then kind of Jelly Roll coming out and making a statement. And now it seems like it's kind of snowballing a little bit. But
Just
what's your take
snowballing.
on what Forrest Frank was thinking and his reasoning why and all that stuff? Let's get it.
Yeah. So for people that aren't clued in, couple days before the Dove Awards, Forrest Frank got on Instagram, I'm sure on all of his other socials, but Instagram's where I saw it, and said that he had been convicted to not attend the Dove Awards this year. Basically saying that the message he wants to tell people is that their trophy is in heaven and not in this piece of metal that you'll accept at the Dove Award. That he won't be accepting any awards anymore, whether that's a Grammy or a Dove and all this stuff. And what I do want to say is there is a biblical case for a personal conviction.
Mm-hmm.
But where I disagreed with him is he said, I hope more people will come to this realization. And he kind of ended with, I hope more people will see this. And it's like, okay, this is a personal conviction that we're now spreading to other people.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, the thing is there are so many. Well, let me talk about Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll got up there and said, I think it's amazing we're doing this. And honestly, Jelly Roll's speech that he gave, I don't know if somebody wrote it for him, if he wrote that, like, for the most part, he poked the bear at the end. But a lot of it, I was just like, this guy gets it. He totally gets why he's up there, and he is just charging the people to feed the needy, go to the jails, preach the gospel there, literally telling people in these high levels of platform to go be with the least of these. And it is coming from a guy who literally was the least of these at some point. So it's pretty meaningful. But he ends his speech with saying something to the extent of, I'm glad I can see the forest for the trees, which is just like an absolute slight on Forrest Frank, which I'm not a fan of that. The hard part is you've got a lot of these people in the industry that this is such a huge night for them.
Yeah.
Because especially in Christian music, you've got to be Brandon Lake to win a Grammy. You like that's it. You literally have to be Forrest Frank to win a Grammy.
Mm-hmm.
Most of these guys will never get that big. I mean, your average medium-sized secular artist medium to small-sized secular artist will have like 2 million monthly listeners. Okay. And that's on Spotify. That's kind of a number stat. Like your average small but notable like Christian artist will be like 250,000. Like that's how small this is. Like we are small fish in a giant industry.
Mm-hmm.
So to have an award show like the Doves I think it's an amazing way to honor people for what they're doing.
Yeah.
A lot of these people will never win a Grammy. So the other part that's hard for me, and actually the guys from King's Kaleidoscope commented on Forrest's post and said, hey man, we have the same conviction, but what I do want to tell you is that we've taken an approach and said, we're not going to put our stuff up for the award. Okay. You have to submit your stuff to get the award. So King's Kaleidoscope, their way of saying, yeah, we're just not with this, is they've just never submitted their stuff for the award.
Gotcha.
So it's that, I think that's the hardest pain point for me, is we've got this guy with the largest platform in Christian music that either him or someone on his team put his music up for this award, like they have submitted it, and now he is kind of going against it and ghosting them. I just don't think that that's even just being a good teammate on,
Yeah.
in the midst of everything that's going on. The other part about it is there were so many people that were flooding his comments like, I'm so proud you're standing up to the machine. And it almost makes it seem like everyone else who went and accepted this award was less than.
Or was in the wrong. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I don't believe that to be true either. If trophies are going to be a hang up for you, I get that.
Yep.
But trophies aren't going to be a hang up for everybody. In fact, the Dove Award in the grand scheme of things, so minuscule.
Yeah.
Like it is so minuscule. The only I Yeah, I mean it's not even like winning a Grammy. Nobody's coming to you because you won a Dove Award. This is just the Gospel Music Association's way of saying, we want to honor you for what you did. This song reached so many people. We want to honor you with that. And the other thing I think is it's just a great way to promote Christian music. It's a great way to promote smaller artists.
Sure.
And you end up with people like a Jelly Roll winning a Dove Award. That's wild to me. I never would have imagined that in a million years. And I was originally like a full-blown skeptic on Jelly,
Sure.
but I think he's trying. Like I think he's serious about this.
Yeah.
And I can't knock him for it.
Right.
I mean, I've even seen people like Sadie Robertson coming out and saying, look, I love that Forrest said this, but I am going to the Dove Awards and I'm presenting at the Dove Awards, or I'm doing all this stuff because I want to honor these people who have, with the Lord's help, nobody's denying that, have made these beautiful works of art. I think that they deserve that.
Sure.
I mean, there's honor culture is a biblical thing. So I don't see the problem with receiving a trophy for something. The even deeper side of this, and I would have more sympathy for somebody who says, yeah, I'm not going to do, I have trouble with people charging for a worship night. If you call something a worship night, I don't think you can charge money for it.
Attendance. Sure.
I just I have issues with that. I would, if somebody came against something like that, I'd say, yeah, I'm with that. In fact, people like a Corey Asbury have and said, I will never call what I'm doing a worship night and then charge you for it. Because, I mean, I was just at one on Thursday, and it was like Phil Wickham, Benjamin William Hastings, Charity Gale, and Josh Baldwin. Like, great lineup. They called it was the Air One worship night or worship series or something like that is what they called it. But to get in the pit, it was $150 a person. Like, I just don't, I didn't pay. So that's why I was there. And, I believe that ministry was happening there, but I have convictions about saying this is worship and I'm going to pay, you're going to have to pay me to participate in it.
Sure.
So that's kind of,
That's the point. It's a concert. It ain't worship.
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on the Forrest Frank thing?
Yeah, I kind of caught the tail end of it. I know the Dove Awards. I know the K-Love Awards for the, the podcast and the Christian media and stuff like that. I get all that stuff, kind of follow it. I've always said, like, Toby Mac, super talented guy. If he wanted to go into the secular hip hop industry, he probably definitely would have had a place to be there. A lot of talent, whether he was the lead guy or he was a behind the scenes guy, writer, composer type stuff. I mean, guys are talented people. I'm kind of with you on the part, like, if it's a personal conviction, that's between you and God, that's fine. But yeah, don't submit your stuff for the award then. Or, maybe this year was just kind of a mishap. Maybe that came after the fact. So, I'll give him some space there for sure. But I think what you're seeing out of Jelly Roll is Christians need community, and he likes being a part of that community. He likes seeing that with all his baggage, he's going to be accepted. There's grace there. There's forgiveness there. There's room to grow there. True Christian community isn't going to affirm any sin or anything like that. But but you're welcome to come in if you got a heart of repentance and wanting to follow God. Absolutely, you're welcome. And he likes that. And then to kind of see Forrest, I mean, it kind of sounded like he was seeing through it, like because he made the post. He said, "Yeah, you'll collect that paycheck, but you don't want the trophy, but you want the money," kind of thing. And then I was like, "Oh boy, this might get a little heated here in a little because now feelings might get hurt or whatever."
Yeah.
But I'll see for if it's a personal thing, like you said, you can't make it for everybody. That's between you and the Lord. That's fine. But Jelly Roll's on the other end of it, kind of thing, and he's new to the community, and yeah, we need it. We need it. We need it to be visible. As long as the focus never comes off of what we're doing, what we're doing. Yeah, me.
Yeah.
What they're doing and why they're doing it.
Yeah.
It's at the heart of your music. It's at the heart of as long as it's there, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. If you feel inside like it's becoming a pride issue, it's becoming absolutely back away from it.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you don't have to put anyone else down. You don't have to say it's not good for you. And that is kind of what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some good in there. There's some stuff you might not agree with. Like a lot of things, it starts from a good place, but then maybe it goes too far or it gets twisted or corrupted or whatever. And we're human beings. We're going to do
Well, and I find that with a lot of kind of Forrest things that he'll do public statements about or whatever. To me, it feels like he's still finding his way. Like
Okay, yeah.
This is not me judging his character or his faith or anything like that, but a lot of it for me feels like it kind of reminds me of like when I was younger in the faith and I had all of this fire, all this passion, and sometimes that can come off as holier than thou, and really it's just a pursuit of holiness, and it's I'm going for this and I'm going for it with all that I've got. So I have a lot of love for the guy, but Jelly Roll commented on his post and did say like, yeah, you're not going to accept this piece of metal, but you've accepted millions of dollars as a result of your music. And for me, that is I got a little bit. I do have some feelings about that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not me saying that he doesn't deserve that. Like I think at some point he does. I hope he's doing good things with that money. I hope he's sowing into ministries, and I'm sure he is. I mean, I don't know of really any Christian artists that don't have some sort of mission that they're passionate about that they're sowing into.
Yes. Yep.
But it is interesting. Somebody else was just like, yeah, but you got $100 hoodie on your website that says "Child of God." Like, okay.
Wow.
So I mean, you just got to wonder, like, where is the consistency? How far are you going to let something play out?
Yeah.
And maybe things are changing for him. I don't know, but don't put that on other people.
Sure.
And if you didn't want to be there, don't submit for him. And maybe stuff happened accidentally. I'm willing to give it even that. But part of me wonders if it even was. I think he was up for 7 Dove Awards.
Wow. Oh.
And, I mean, he is the biggest thing in Christian music right now. But for him to say, like, no, I'm out, it's just, to me, it's disheartening. I really think, like, if there's anyone that should be able to sit there and champion other artists, it should be him.
Yeah. Yeah. If he's at the top, then yeah, I could see the good that could do. I'll give one last little hot take. I mean, I came to the Lord 20 years ago or whatever it's been, 25 years ago. So I learned real quickly, I need to distance myself from everything I grew up with, the Guns N' Roses, the thing, stuff like that. And so I kind of immersed myself in Christian radio, had that on all the time. It changed the way my speech, I did stop cussing, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I needed to be being fed that kind of cleaner content.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I heard about Forrest Frank, he wasn't a guy I listened to. Never really. I listened to like Toby Mac, Newsboys, stuff like that. Skillet. I got onto Skillet. I really liked their sound, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So then when I hear about Forrest Frank, oh, he's the biggest guy right now, and the whole when he broke his back thing, I was like, okay, I'm gonna check him out. What's his big hit single and all that? And I go and I listen to it. Honestly, hot take, I would much rather listen to your 3 top songs that you got out right now. It's just his stuff is not my sound. It
Yeah.
might be for a whole nother generation or genre or whatever. They love it. They're eating it up. It's popular, but it doesn't hit me. I would much rather
Yeah.
listen to Isaiah William or, some Lauren Daigle's got really good stuff that I like sometimes. There's plenty of other, his sound isn't my sound, but
Yeah,
we're the same team.
well, first of all, I appreciate that. The thing about Forrest that he's able to do, and I think this is kind of where the challenge comes in for me. The bulk of his audience is like younger 20s all the way down to like elementary school age kids.
Yeah.
So it's like he's influencing a generation of people coming up, growing up Christian. You know, I see so many stories of like moms playing it for their kids in the car on their way to school to drop their kids off, and it's
Yeah.
like that's so amazing.
Awesome.
I just hope that he can steward it well.
Sure.
And you know, nobody's going to be perfect, but
Mm.
his opinion is it matters to um a lot of young
Yeah.
Christians.
Yeah. It's going to carry some weight. That's one big thing I've always tried to tell my kids because I've seen it enough. Don't put anybody in the Christian world, especially, up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
I said, you guys have seen me in my weak moments. You've seen me have slips and mess ups where I needed to ask for forgiveness. I've seen pastors that I've looked up to, studied under. They have weak, they need correction. Tony Evans just got, restored or whatever they want to call it to his minute because he had some sort of a sin
Yeah.
or a falling away and he needed to not be in leadership for a while because you got to have your house in order to be in leadership. It's like, guys, we're fallible human beings. So if something were to come out and Forrest Frank, does something awful, don't let him, don't put him above Jesus anywhere.
Yeah.
He's just like us. Okay. But don't let his influence affect you. Know that stuff could happen. But
Yeah, I mean, and I think the other thing that people constantly have to realize about the Christian music industry is that it is an industry and it's not a church. The
yeah, there you
beautiful
go.
thing about the church is that if you are in, I'll go as far to say a biblically modeled church, you have elders and maybe
Mhm.
deacons that are holding you accountable.
Yes, sir.
And these guys they don't have that. There's nobody. And the Christian music industry is an industry. It's not a non-for-profit. They are there to make money. So you
Mm-hmm.
have to think like it is. Yes, they can be doing it as ministry. Their music can minister, but at the end of the day, it is not ministry in the way that church would be. So
Right.
these guys are, and this is not me making a judgment about anyone. At the end of the day, what their team, like if you're signed to Capital Christian Records, what they value is their bottom line.
Sure.
And they are going to get their money any
Yeah.
way
Yeah.
it goes. So you got to think like even when you see Christian artists fall from grace, like some of the Michael Tate stuff or
Yeah.
all these other things that have happened, it is it's not ministry in the same way the church world is.
Correct.
There is not an accountability team around them. There's actually no one to check them. In fact, in most of these places, their team has decided it's bad for our bottom line if this were to come out, so we're going to keep it hidden.
Hide it. Yeah. Right. I think you nailed it right there. Because I was just watching an interview with Dallas Jenkins, the creator of The Chosen, which that's a whole nother genre. That's television media, whatever.
Yeah,
And he does have a board, like a panel of guys, of trusted scholars, theologians, pastors, that if they get off into any gray area, that they don't take too much liberty, and they
yeah,
have a way to evaluate that and say, you know what, we think we're maybe possibly going too far down. Maybe we need to get a little bit back to the core scripture, just to guard against stuff like that. Maybe
yeah,
the music industry, maybe these Christian artists need that, whether it's some pastors, some elders, some trusted men of God in their life, just to say, hey, let's check everything you're doing, make sure it's in line. That'd probably go a long way. I think you hit something right there. That's
yeah.
good. All right, man. We are like plumb out of time, dude. This has been a lot of fun. This has been good. Why don't you tell people one more time if they're interested in connecting with you, where it's at, what your top few hits are, what you want them to go listen to, and where at.
Yeah, you can find me on all of the streaming platforms at Isaiah William. A couple weeks ago, I released a song called WWYD. It's been connecting really well with people. Check that one out. Also, check out I Know I Don't Know and All Caught Up. Just a couple songs. I've got a Christmas-ish song coming out soon, so that'll be fun. So be on the lookout for that. But otherwise, find me on all social media. On Facebook, it's just Isaiah William, but on Instagram and TikTok and all the other places, it's Isaiah William Music. If there's any questions you have for me or anything you want to talk to me about, I am very available and responsive on my socials. So hit me up, talk with me. I'd love to hear from you. And Instagram's probably the best place for that. Facebook a close second. Please don't DM me on TikTok because I have to turn off all the notifications because they're always trying to get me to buy some advertising or something from them. But no, yeah, hit me up. I would love to talk more about anything that I said today on this show with you. So
all right,
yeah.
Guys, it's a good follow. It's good music. Check it out. And yes, he's very accessible. Obviously, we got him on. So, dude, I got to thank you for coming on. It was a lot of fun, really good discussion. I'm sure you encouraged our audience today with everything you shared. Hopefully, got people thinking a little bit about what is up when it comes to life. So to my audience, I look at you guys and I ask the question, have you ever caught yourself looking around at the world today and asking, what is up with some of this stuff? What's going on here? Maybe you just have questions about things in life that always have seemed confusing to you or conflicting. Like Isaiah was saying, it's hard to be in a dark time in life, but you know God is good. How do you reconcile that? Let me tell you, the answers to those kinds of questions cannot be found down here. We got to look up. That's why I named it the What Is Up podcast. If we look to God and his word, he will truly show us what is up. I've said it time and time again. The Bible has proven itself to me personally to have the best answers and explanations for why the world is the way it is and why we are the way we are and do the things we do sometimes. So if you're struggling and you need help or you want to know more, let me start with this one simple thing. I'll leave it here. God wants a relationship with you. That is why we were created. But it's up to us to choose him, okay? You got to go to him. That's where everything you want, the hope, the joy, the peace, the best things in life, that's where it comes from. If you haven't figured it out by now, there's absolutely nothing else on this earth that is going to completely satisfy you or fulfill you. Nothing. We've all got a God-shaped hole inside of us, and you can try and fill it and stuff it with anything you want, but there's only one thing that's going to fill it completely and permanently. That's a relationship with Jesus. So if you want to go deeper, you want to talk more, email me, whatisuppodcast@gmail.com. Reach out to Isaiah if you got questions for him. We will make time for you and try and help any way we can. Just reach out and leave us a comment. Let us know what you're thinking. So for me and my guest today, Isaiah William, we thank you so much for listening. We hope it really encouraged you. Lord willing, I'll talk to you on the next one.
Thanks for having me. See you guys soon.
All right.